The Chicago Bears are 3-2 heading into week 6 of the NFL season as they take on the division rival Green Bay Packers. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL, and here to give you guys my preview and prediction for the Bears-Packers week 6 matchup, all right? And I'm hyped for this one. So before I break down this game and give you my analysis, again, make sure to go ahead, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And guys, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get into it. All right, so where do I even begin with Bears versus Packers here in week 6? All right, because there's a lot to unpack here, a lot to talk about as always. But of course, I'll mention that I've been running really hot with getting these Bears games right and kind of, knowing when I can trust this team and when I can't. And taking a look at this matchup against the Green Bay Packers in week 6, folks, it's not as daunting as you may think. Look, it is the Green Bay Packers. I get it, right? They still have Aaron Rodgers, who's still playing at a very high level in that week 1 game against the Saints in which they got clobbered, seems like, years ago, right? But this is a Packers team that still struggled with the Bengals, who the Bears beat. Joe Burrow had his worst game against the Chicago Bears by far this season. And the Packers, just by the skin of their teeth, were able to escape Cincinnati, or escape against Cincinnati, in which, of course, they won by a field goal. And we've seen the Packers' offense has not looked elite, right? And they only have one elite weapon in Davante Adams. Now, he is elite. He is arguably the best receiver in the NFL. But if you look at the Green Bay Packers, this is not as daunting as you would think. This is not the Rams or the Bucs or the Chiefs. Well, I shouldn't say the Chiefs anymore with the way they've been struggling. But maybe the Rams. Right? That's what I should say since they're undefeated. But point being is, it's not as daunting. All right, it's not as daunting. But their defense has been solid. 6th overall, 10th against the pass, 11th against the rush. And so when you take a look at what you can exploit, it's hard to tell here because, again, they don't have a clear weakness, right? The Packers used to be really bad against the run years prior, and they've kind of cleaned that up. And so I've really got 3 keys for the Bears in this game, which I think they should focus on to be able to come out with a victory, all right? But what has been the Bears' MO through their last 2 games with Justin Fields starting? It's been ball control, clock killing, running the football, and just, minimal passing game attack. That's been it. You pass when you need to, but for the most part, we're running the football, we're killing the clock, we're depending on our defense. Well, against the Green Bay Packers, you can't do that to the level you would like to because the Packers will put up points. That's the one thing we do know. Even if we don't say that their offense is necessarily as elite as the other teams, they're still a very good offense. And so for me, in this game, the biggest difference from the previous 2 when you beat the Lions and Raiders is you gotta be and stay aggressive. You have to. Because when you play not to lose and instead you should play to win, that's the difference. When you play not to lose, you basically are just waiting for Aaron Rodgers to kill you. All right? And he's done that multiple times over his career against the Bears. So we know that. So you have to be aggressive. And what do I mean by be aggressive? I'm talking about not taking maybe field goals at every opportunity, going forth on 4th downs. Now, again, when it makes sense, not every single one. You get my point. But we need to put up points. We need to put up points. You're not beating the Green Bay Packers 17-13. You're just not doing it, all right? And as good as our defense has been, and we lead the NFL in sacks, love what Khalil Mack has been doing and Robert Quinn and the boys on the defense, but we need to put up points. And Aaron Rodgers is not going to be held to minimal amount of points, even if I'd like him to be. All right? So key number 1, be aggressive. All right? Key number 2, again, you can stick to the game plan to a certain extent that's worked for you, which is ball control. If you cannot stop Aaron Rodgers from scoring, what's the next best thing to do? Keep the damn man off the field, which is ball control. That means you have long clock-killing drives. I get it. It's not sexy. It's not the best football to watch, but I don't care. I want to win, and I can keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. That gives my chances of winning, to go higher. All right. So to me, number 2, ball control. That's running the football with Damian Williams. I want to see a lot of Khalil Herbert like we did last week. And again, let's see if the run game is working. And if the run game isn't, again, short extension of the run game with the short routes, crossing routes, using Cole Kmet, maybe A-Rob in the slot, getting Damian Williams in the flat. It doesn't just have to be the running game. It could be the short passing game, all right? Whatever it takes to control the football, kill the clock, dominate it, milk it, do what you got to do. That's key number 2. And finally, key number 3, as far as defensively, you got to key in on Davante Adams. I mean, it's not rocket science here that I'm bringing up, but at the same time, it needs to be said. 11 catches for 206 yards last week. He got whatever he wanted and more against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bears cannot do that. If we lose to this Packers team and Allen Lazard goes off, or Randall Cobb, or Robert Tonyan, I will take it. I will gladly take it. Well, not gladly, but I'll take it, all right? But I cannot lose this game if Davante Adams has another 200 yards or 150 yards on 9 catches or something like that, all right? Make somebody else beat you. I'm sorry, all right? Just make somebody else beat you, not Davante Adams. He's literally the only elite weapon that they have. We're talking about other teams, like if it was the Chiefs, they have Hill or Kelsey. Pick your poison. If you were talking about, the Bucs with their 3 receivers and Evans, Godwin, and Antonio Brown. I get that. But you only have one guy in Davante Adams, so you got to key in on him. And I want Sean Desai to dial something up to make sure you contain Davante. So again, 3 keys. Number 1, be aggressive, stay aggressive. You cannot, not score points against the Green Bay Packers. You have to score. This team will put up points, all right? Number 2, you have to absolutely follow the game plan from last week in terms of ball control. Keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. And finally, number 3, you got to key in on Davante Adams. I need that to happen. So all 3 of these things, if they do happen, I feel pretty good about the Bears' chances. Now, they're at home. I believe the Bears are 4.5-point underdogs in this one, which totally makes sense, but they're at home. And like I've been telling you guys, I've been running pretty hot with picking the Bears, to win or lose, depending on what the outcome is. And so for me, this is extremely tough here. But I'm going to go ahead and say that the Bears do lose this game 27-21. Now, hear me out here. The only reason I say that is because I am not ready